Magos. A Magos is a high-ranking tech priest who has dedicated centuries to mastering a particular scientific or technological field in service to the Omnissiah. There are numerous specialized branches such as Magos Biologists, Magos Cybernetica, Magos Alchemies, Magos Genitus, and many others. Those who ascend to even greater heights earn the title of Archmagos, which denotes significant seniority and influence, with Belisarius Cawl being one of the most renowned living examples. The Magos Dominus takes on the role of a battlefield commander, leading armies and ancient combat machines like battle automata, while the Magos Explorator heads up missions across the galaxy to unearth lost knowledge and STC fragments. On the rarer side, the Magos Errant collaborates with rogue trader fleets, trading their expertise for the freedom to explore. Tech Priests. They are the backbone of the Adeptus Mechanicus, each one honing their skills in the upkeep, study, and command of the Imperium's most revered machinery. At the forefront is the Tech Priest Dominus, who takes on the role of chief battlefield commander, skillfully orchestrating Skitarii forces and guiding the heavy support units. On the other hand, the Tech Priest Manipulus zeroes in on energy distribution and battlefield support, boosting the mobility and firepower of allied units through intricate field manipulations. Ancient Seers, often found embedded within Imperial Guard regiments or Titan legions, are the technical wizards responsible for mending war machines and keeping sacred battle engines operational even under enemy fire. Cybernetica Datasmith. These are the unsung heroes of the battlefield, tasked with the crucial job of programming and guiding the Adeptus Mechanicus' most fearsome robotic warriors called the Battle Automata. Though they may not be on the front lines themselves, they're constantly adjusting attack strategies in the heat of battle, unleashing powerful firing sequences, and even countering enemy hacking attempts aimed at their machines. In the chaos of war, a datasmith is the mastermind behind the mechanical might, turning lifeless machines into unstoppable forces of the Omnissiah's will. Techno-archeologist. They are rare tech priests who devote their lives to uncovering lost technologies buried within ancient human ruins, alien tombs, and abandoned space hulks. Although they rarely take part in direct combat, the technologies they uncover can significantly influence the outcome of entire campaigns by reviving long-forgotten weapons of war. One standout among them is Daedalosus, a techno-archeologist famed for his role in the Blackstone Fortress expeditions. Skitarii Legion. This legion is the backbone of the Adeptus Mechanicus, a highly disciplined army made up of heavily augmented soldiers who act as the martial force of the Forge Worlds. Every Skitarius has gone through significant cybernetic enhancements, swapping out flesh for machine components to boost their accuracy and combat endurance. The two primary types are Rangers and Vanguard. Rangers shine as long-range marksmen, armed with galvanic rifles, and they often take on the roles of forward scouts and sharpshooters. On the other hand, Vanguard are experts in close quarters, equipped with radium carbines and charged weapons that can corrode both flesh and metal. Leadership is in the hands of Skitarii Alphas or squad leaders, whose loyalty is hardwired and their combat data is directly linked to the higher Mechanicus command. Sicarian Fighters. These are the elite shock troops of the Adeptus Mechanicus. What sets them apart is their unique transonic technology, which allows their ultra-high frequency blades and weapons to vibrate at deadly pitches and easily cut their targets. This sonic assault can demoralize enemies even before they engage, transforming every charge into a psychological and physical barrage. Rust Stalkers are agile assassins who make the most of these transonic razors, effortlessly cutting through heavy infantry and mechanical foes like living scalpels. Infiltrators act as electronic warfare experts and ambush specialists, employing neurostatic aura generators to disrupt enemy sensors and communications before launching their attacks with stub carbines and taser goads. Electro-Priests. Warrior priests that channel raw electrical energy through their enhanced bodies as a form of devotion to the machine god. They're split into two primary factions, Corpuscarii and Fulgurite, and act as living conduits of divine power on the battlefield. The Corpuscarii Electro-Priests are experts at unleashing arcs of electrical discharge that sweep across enemy lines, creating crackling storms of energy that can overwhelm infantry squads. On the other hand, the Fulgurite Electro-Priests wield electrostatic staves, focusing on close-quarter shock charges and using their weapons to drain life force in ritualistic acts of soul harvesting. Clad in minimal armor and adorned with electus that store their electrical charges, they charge into enemy ranks as a sacred offering, demonstrating their faith by transforming themselves into lethal living weapons for the Omnissiah. Secutarii. Also referred to as Titan Guard, the Secutarii are the elite infantry tasked with safeguarding the formidable Titan legions. They act as a mobile defense line and provide close-quarter support during operations involving these colossal war machines. Trained to work seamlessly with Titans, they are built to withstand the harshest battlefield conditions, including radiation and the sonic shockwaves unleashed by Titan weaponry. Secutarii hoplites are skilled phalanx fighters, wielding arc lances and mag-inverted shields. They shine in defensive formations and are adept at pushing forward in close combat to secure the area around their Titans. On the other hand, Peltasts are nimble skirmishers, armed with galvanic casters and flexible targeting arrays. This allows them to disrupt enemy movements and target vulnerable flanks with precise fire. Servitors. They are the tireless labor and expendable combat backbone of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Created from criminals, failed initiates, or mind-wiped captives, these vat-grown or repurposed humans are stripped of independence and rebuilt to perform single-minded tasks in battle. Variants like Carcanos Servitors and Praetorian Servitors serve as heavy combat guardians, wielding arcane weaponry or massive power claws to defend vital Mechanicus assets. Silex Guardians and Ad Secularis Tech Thralls specialize in close-quarters combat or hazardous environment operations, flooding enemy trenches or boarding actions without hesitation. Kataphron Servitors. These servitor fighters are heavily modified cyborg soldiers used for siege operations and heavy fire support. Once human, they transformed into nearly mindless weapon systems, guided by command protocols and monitored by Techno-priests. Kataphron breachers act like living battering rams equipped with arc claws and torsion cannons that are specifically designed to smash through fortifications and armored targets at close quarters. Their robust tracked chassis enables them to navigate tough terrain and push straight into enemy strongholds. On the other hand, Kataphron destroyers function as mobile heavy weapon platforms, armed with grav cannons or plasma culverins to deliver devastating firepower from a distance. These variants are frequently deployed to secure choke points, or to break through entrenched defenses with overwhelming might. Chrono-gladiators. These are cybernetically enhanced fighters turned into expendable assault troops by the Adeptus Mechanicus. Initially designed for brutal gladiatorial games, these warriors have neural implants that are synced with countdown timers. If they don't secure a kill within a certain time frame, their implant goes off, ensuring they remain obedient and aggressive at all times. Equipped with rough combat augmentations and heavy melee or chain weapons, Chrono-gladiators thrive in savage close-quarters combat, and their instinct to survive transforms every battle into a wild and bloody frenzy. Elite Skitarii variants. These warriors are typically chosen from seasoned Skitarii or crafted specifically for ceremonial and strategic purposes. Cataphracti serve as the armored spearhead in Skitarii ground operations, handling everything from chimeras and rhinos to the formidable Baneblade-class super heavies. Specialized for void warfare, Classiari are stationed on warships and explorator fleets, functioning as boarding units, bodyguards, and internal security forces. Selected by senior Skitarii commanders, Huskarls are elite bodyguards and personal defenders in the heat of battle. On the other hand, Sagittari squads focus on delivering heavy weapons fire, acting as dedicated long-range support within Skitarii maniples. Also known as the Crimson Guard, Venatori are an elite strike force that was reformed after the War of Brass, now serving as the top warriors of the Lathe worlds. Myrmidon Secutors. Hailing from the Scoli of Mars and the Forge worlds, Myrmidon Secutors are enhanced warriors of the Tech-priest order, serving as heavy infantry and siege experts. Secutors shine in close-quarters combat and anti-armor operations, using mystical melee weapons and heavy energy cannons that can rip through armored units. Their counterparts, the Myrmidon Destructors, specialize in long-range destruction, equipped with graviton guns, volkite chargers, and unique radiation-based weaponry that excels at dismantling enemy formations from afar. Thallaxii. Stripped down to their essential components and housed in sturdy cybernetic frames, Thallaxii are built to function as swift, hard-hitting assault units in challenging environments. Thanks to their jump packs, these soldiers can leap across the battlefield to target weak spots, execute quick flanking maneuvers, or capture crucial objectives. Their weapon of choice, the lightning-fast plasma fusel, packs a punch with armor-piercing firepower. Secutarii Axiachs. As the commanders on the battlefield for the Secutarii forces, Axiachs are chosen through a complex and arcane process that goes far beyond just merit. After undergoing extensive augmetic modifications and thorough evaluations, they are transformed into nearly indestructible warriors. They wear Titan shard armor forged from the plates of the god engines they once protected, and their equipment features arc lances, power fists, refractor fields, and chiropatris generators, giving them the kind of lethality you'd expect from leaders of Titan-bound warfare. Each Axiarch is equipped with data cores that override sections of their cerebellum, granting them immediate access to tactical doctrines and battlefield logs from centuries of Titan Legion combat. The Serberys Corps. Divided into two distinct units, the Serberys Raiders and the Sulphurhounds, the Serberys Corps act as the vanguard cavalry, carrying out hit-and-run raids and scouting missions in challenging environments. To become a part of the Serberys, Skitarii must endure rigorous combat trials and form a ritual bond with their cyber-canned mounts. Only those who meet the sacred standards set by a Magos haptic earn the privilege of charging into battle as members of this elite corps. Cerberus Raiders shine in stealth and maneuver warfare, striking at enemy formations from surprising angles with their galvanic carbines. On the other hand, Sulphurhounds represent shock aggression, charging through toxic landscapes with incredible speed and unleashing chemical flamers in a whirlwind of controlled chaos. The Sydonian Skatros, a specialized sniper walker designed to take out high-value targets with pinpoint accuracy from a distance. Perched on its unique reverse-jointed stilt legs, this mechanical sharpshooter is built for exceptional visibility and firing steadiness, enabling it to navigate treacherous landscapes and hold watch over areas that others simply can't access. Armed with powerful radium jesiles and cutting-edge targeting systems, the Skatros excels at eliminating enemy commanders, artillery spotters, and vital support units before they can interfere with the Mechanicus' battle strategies. Ironstriders. The Ironstrider engine is a stunning piece of engineering boasting stilt-like legs on near-perpetual motion. Mounted on this impressive frame are two of the Mechanicus' most fearsome Skitarii units, the Ironstrider Ballistari and the Sydonian Dragoons. These Ironstrider Ballistari function as high-speed snipers and skirmishers, dedicated to disabling enemy war machines and taking out key leaders. On the other hand, the Sydonian Dragoons embody the idea of delivering a sudden and overwhelming melee attack. Armed with crackling taser lances and guided by phosphor marker fire, they burst through clouds of incense, striking their targets with incredible speed and powerful, blunt force. AdMech ground assets. As the iron spine of Mechanicus ground offensives, these vehicles blend mobility and heavy firepower into adaptable armored units. The Leman Russ, along with its Demolisher variant, is a key player in Skitarii armored formations, enhanced with cog rituals and blessings from the machine god for breaking sieges and leading frontal engagements. The Scorpius Disintegrator and Scorpius Dune Rider act as the Mechanicus' own battle tank and transport options, providing ranged firepower and infantry transport through sealed hulls built for toxic battlefields. Krios battle tanks, including the Venator configuration, are sleek, grav-linked vehicles that Magiled manipules prefer for their anti-tank capabilities or versatile tactics. Larger transport platforms like the Triaros, Crassus, Macrocarrot Explorator, and Gorgon are essential for heavy infantry delivery, often transporting elite Secutarii or excavation teams into fortified areas. Repurposed Bane Blades and Storm Blades serve as super heavy tanks in Mechanicus formations, revered as rolling cathedrals of destruction for breaking fortified lines. Ordinatus war machines such as the Sagittar and Golgotha are colossal, one-of-a-kind relic engines, each armed with experimental weapons capable of reshaping entire war zones. At the top of Mechanicus armor doctrine are the Cerberys and Valdor tank destroyers, massive arcane engines of destruction crafted to obliterate enemy armor with unstable and sacred weaponry. Onager Dunecrawler. Designed to serve as both a frontline artillery platform and a mobile data hub, these walkers glide through the battlefield in an almost ghostly synchronization, navigating the wreckage and toxic landscapes with ease. Each Dunecrawler is enveloped in protective force fields and armed with some of the most revered and devastating weaponry that the Techno-priests can engineer. In combat, squadrons unite to form mechanized phalanxes, unleashing a torrent of firepower that asserts their dominance through sheer volume. Atrax Siege Walker. These heavily armored combat walkers are the pride of the Ordo Reductor within the Adeptus Mechanicus, specifically engineered for relentless siege warfare and close-quarters destruction. With their quadrupedal design, they come equipped with rad-based munitions, graviton cannons, or massive flamers, and are unleashed to dismantle enemy fortifications with brute force and chemical devastation. Their thick armor allows them to withstand heavy counterfire as they trudge through debris and toxic environments without hesitation. The Termite Assault Drill. Designed to dig beneath enemy fortifications, the Termite Assault Drill enables elite infantry units to bypass surface defenses and strike unexpectedly at the core of enemy positions. Heavily armored and outfitted with seismic cutting mandibles and melta-charges, this drill can penetrate almost any bunker or fortress wall, allowing Skitarii squads, tech thralls, or Kataphron Servitors to reach vital objectives directly. Its hull is designed to withstand intense underground pressures and fend off most standard anti-armor weapons once it emerges. Mechanicus Aerial Assets. These impressive winged and hovering machines expand the Adeptus Mechanicus' influence into the skies, designed for deep strike insertions and coordinated offensives. The Vulture and Lightning aircraft are faster and more agile, used by Forge World-aligned Skitarii Corps for airstrikes and suppression fire during planetary assaults and atmospheric dogfights. Avenger Strike Fighters and Thunderbolt Heavy Fighters are launched from orbiting warships or forward Mechanicus bastions to tackle high-priority threats with Liskanen strafing runs and missile saturation. The Storm Eagle acts as a versatile gunship and dropship, often operated by allied knight households or Secutarii cohorts, delivering elite forces right into the thick of battle while providing heavy aerial fire support. Archeoraptors. Primarily used for scouting enemy movements and probing weak points, Archeoraptors excel at hit-and-run raids. These agile, predatory aerial constructs are deployed for rapid reconnaissance and surgical strike missions. Thanks to their advanced sensory arrays and flight control systems, Archeoraptors can easily navigate through tough terrain and harsh weather. Fire Wasp. Crafted by the Adeptus Mechanicus and put to use by the Adeptus Astartes, the Fire Wasp is a nimble combat drone designed for covert operations. Its main job is to trip mines and set off traps, acting as a sacrificial scout that paves the way for Space Marine squads to breach enemy lines. The Fire Wasp is a tool of choice for Deathwatch kill teams during operations like Space Hulk breaches, and it stands as a relic from the Great Crusade. The Vultarax. This is a unique flying battle automaton specifically designed for high-speed hunter-killer missions, particularly in challenging or hostile settings. The Vultarax's Cybernetica Cortex powers a sleek insect-like frame that comes armed with twin Sethano-pattern missile launchers and optional power blades for those lethal hover assaults. Equipped with a flare shield and advanced targeting array, it acts as a swift and deadly sentry that many even believe it served as the inspiration for the corrupted blight drones of the 41st millennium. The Legio Cybernetica. As an ancient martial arm of the Adeptus Mechanicus and founded during the Dark Age of technology, the Legio Cybernetica is responsible for developing and controlling battle automata or robotic war engines across the Imperium. From the imposing Thanatar siege units that were pivotal during the Great Crusade to the more nimble shock troops known as Ursarax, the Legio has consistently adapted its robotic forces to meet the demands of the battlefield. The early Castigator and Conqueror patterns were designed as versatile war robots, which eventually evolved into the Domitar class, specifically crafted for aggressive frontline combat. On the other hand, the Rotau 17 surveillance robot, though unarmed, proved to be exceptional at data theft and useful covert operations. Some of the ancient war engines, like the Hunter-Killer series, contained self-directing logic cores that were close to achieving true sentience. Kastelan Robots. Dating back to the Dark Age of technology, these colossal machines represent a time when efficiency and sheer destructive force reigned supreme. Under the guidance of Cybernetica Datasmiths, Kastelans can seamlessly switch their combat strategies in the heat of battle, whether they need to focus on taking out enemies or fortifying their defenses. Equipped with a range of powerful weapons, from twin-linked phosphor blasters to heavy carapace-mounted artillery, they are masters at obliterating infantry hordes and cutting through armored foes with ease. Titans. The God Engines or Titans are magnificent war machines and the ultimate expression of the Adeptus Mechanicus' technological mastery. Titans stand between 15 and 150 meters, and they serve as walking cathedrals of destruction and symbols of the Omnissiah's divine power. Classified by size and role, Warhound Scout Titans are the smallest true Titans, perfect for scouting, flanking, and quick strikes. Reaver Battle Titans serve as the heart of most Titan maniples, offering a great mix of speed, firepower, and durability. Meanwhile, the key battle machine of the Collegia Titanica is the Warlord Titans, massive siege machines, equipped with arm-mounted quake cannons, missile launchers on their carapaces, and reinforced void shields. Emperor Titans, which include the Imperator and Warmonger classes, are the largest of all. These walking fortresses act as command centers and weapon platforms, headed by princeps and filled with Skitarii forces. Thanks for watching until the end. Click here to check out another video and see you in the next one.